Profit Builder has a lot of more advanced features that may not be something that everyone will use, but for those of you that uh, do like to get a little more creative with your websites or do a little more advanced marketing like um, trying to sell your own products or building a newsletter list, running social media pages, trying to get things to go viral, um, anything along those lines, Profit Builder has a lot of special little tools built into it for you. And a couple of these I want to talk to you about in this particular video. That is the funnel system and also the split testing system. Now, a funnel, just in case you do not know what a funnel is already, a funnel is simply a combination of web pages on your website that you want people to visit in a particular order. So, for example, you might send traffic to the first page of your funnel. And on that page, you want to try to get people to click on a button, to buy a product, to join your newsletter list, whatever the case may be. Then once they have completed that step, they get taken along to the second page in the funnel. The second page might be where you deliver the product. So you might have a download page, or it might just be a thank you page. You might, deliver some kind of video or other content on that page. If somebody just joined your newsletter, for example, maybe you offered them a bonus. So after they enter in their email and join your newsletter on the first page of your funnel, then they're taken along to the second page of your funnel. So with a funnel, here's an example of one on my screen right now. We have an email newsletter joining funnel where somebody would be sent to this page. Maybe you use paid advertising, or maybe you just have a link somewhere in your site that directs people to this page. When people land here, they're going to want to click on the button, and this pops up a window prompting them for their email. This part of the window is an email newsletter sign-up form. So with this particular part of it, inside of Profit Builder, it works just like it would with using any of the other templates and customizing any of the other options. You take the code from your autoresponder like Aweber or GetResponse to generate your sign-up form, and then you paste that code into Profit Builder when you edit this area of the page. This allows you to integrate the sign-up form into your page just like you see here, and then when people enter in their email address and click on the button, then they're taken along to the next step of your funnel. They get to being welcomed and download whatever kind of bonus or something, and you may even entice them to try to get people to invite their friends to share this on social media. So this is a fairly basic example of what a funnel is, at least in the sense of this example is a newsletter sign-up funnel. With split testing, this applies to a funnel because you would likely want to know how many people do you have to send to the first page of your funnel to accomplish your goal of getting somebody to join your email newsletter or buy a product or whatever the case may be. The number of people then that land on that second page of your funnel, the thank you page, the download page, these people would be the ones that have successfully completed your funnel. So you want to know how many of these people you are getting versus how many people you have to send to this page. With split testing though, what you are doing is you are modifying one tiny little portion of your initial funnel page to see what the results are. For example, if I am using paid advertising to send traffic to this page here to try to get people to join my email newsletter, the higher conversion rate I can get on people joining that newsletter, the better off I'm going to be. The less I would end up paying for each new newsletter user. So obviously I want to have the highest possible conversion rate that I can manage. So what I can do with split testing is I can take this initial page of my funnel and I can create a variation of it. A variation would be something really simple. Like, for example, I might want to try different button text. Instead of get started, I might want to see how join us now works. Would it be more appealing to click on a button that said get started or join us now? Or something else that you could come up with? The point is, you may never really know which one is the best one unless you try it out for yourself. So you create a variation. One of them says get started, one of them says join us now, and then you send 100 or 1,000 people to each of those pages, and you find out which one converted the most people into leads, into newsletter signups for you, into sales for you, whatever it is that you're trying to promote. With this type of a strategy in play, when you are doing this kind of marketing, you can simply increase your return on investment. After you test out a couple of different factors, different button text, different headlines, things of that nature, and find out which one's converting the best, then you put all of your advertising money into it. Maybe you even start small to begin with to figure out which one's going to work the best. And then once you know, then you put a lot more advertising dollars into it. So you scale up your campaign once you have your winner identified. So with that said, Profit Builder allows you to connect pages of your website together so it can track these stats for you in plain English and make it really easy to see, you know, how many views did I get? How many signups did I get? There's my conversion rate. These are the people that landed on my page. I have total views, I have unique views. So for each of my funnels, I can easily identify how my funnel is performing at a very quick glance. Now the split testing gets involved here where we have those variations. Here, these are two variations of the same page with a minor detail changed on them. They both got the same amount of traffic, 8.3 thousand people, but this one converted 5.3 thousand, whereas this one only converted 4,000. So that's almost 65% compared to 49%. So we can see this one is doing much, much better. So I would want to go in and remove this variation and only run this one. Send all my traffic here because this one is outperforming this one by far. Now I might even go a step further at this point and create a couple variations of this page now and test those out. See if I can increase that beyond 64.9. If that's the best I can do, then I stick with this variation. If not, then, I keep building my way up. I keep creating better variations and split testing them against themselves to figure out what is going to be the best. Now, within Profit Builder, there are a couple of different ways to view the stats from these funnels that you create. One of them is through the Profit Builder menu in the dashboard. Just go to Profit Builder and Funnels. You'll get to the page you see here on my screen. You can easily see the stats. And you can also reset stats and even delete funnels if you want to. Editing the funnels from here allows you to rearrange and even remove pages from the funnel. However, creating a funnel only allows you to just create the name. You can't actually add pages into the funnel from this particular page. So you really shouldn't be focusing on creating your funnels on this page. This is really more just for seeing how your funnels are performing. Now, when you're viewing a list of pages that are on your site, if any of those pages are part of a funnel, you're going to see this little funnel icon right next to it. If they are involved in a split test, you're going to see this little split test icon. And then you're also going to see these different stats available for those different split tests. So with that said, in addition to seeing this information, you obviously need to know how all of this stuff works. How do you actually set up the split tests? How do you set up the funnels for these things? Now the funnels are done through the editor. So I have picked the page of my funnel, or picked the page that I have created that I want to make the first page of my funnel, and I've opened this inside of the Profit Builder editor now. I also have another page created that is going to be the next page in this funnel, basically the thank you page in most cases. I then go up here and click on funnel within this page, and I can now start creating my funnel. So I'll just call this one test, and we will create a new funnel here. So now that I have created my funnel, I'm just going to click on View Funnel here, and this is going to load up a screen, the funnel editor, and it'll tell me now that there are no pages in this funnel. So I want to add this current page to this funnel. And then essentially what you're going to be doing is repeating this process on the other pages that you want to have as part of this funnel. So now you can see I have this page added to my funnel. So I close this down. I go back into the next page, my thank you page, so it will be the second page of my funnel, and I repeat this same process. I go up to funnel, I open up, I don't have to create a new funnel. Instead, I'm going to be viewing the existing funnel, and then I'm going to be adding the current page to it. Then you can just drag and drop the titles to rearrange the pages. So you have your opt-in page as the first one and the thank you page as the second. Once that is done, that's all you have to do to connect those two pages in the Profit Builder system. Then you will start seeing the stats showing up like you do on this top one here, the blue and the green. So this is a basic funnel with my opt-in page and then my thank you page. So then to take it a step further, to add in the split testing to that, what you're really doing is you're taking your existing funnel and you're just creating a variation on this first part. So my opt-in page here, I'm just going to have two variations of this opt-in page. To actually do this, there's actually a couple ways we can initiate the split test, also called the A/B test. Within the editor itself, right next to the funnel button we were using a minute ago, we have the A/B test button. I can click on this and it's going to open up the A/B test screen, and I just say I want to A/B test this page. And you can see right here, it's just going to clone this page that I have here into a child page, a variation of this page. So then I just modify one tiny little aspect of that. I stress the tiny aspect because if I create two opt-in pages, for example, and this is one variation here, and then I split test this to get a clone, and then if I edit all of the text that is on the page, all the buttons, the header, everything else, and I get good results from those changes, the split test doesn't really tell me too much. It does tell me that one page is better than the other, which can sometimes be helpful to test drastically different ideas. But when you're dealing with the same design and the same layout like this, you're looking more instead to test smaller different ideas, like the button that they're going to be clicking on or the header text. Kind of the main areas of focus on this particular page. Those are some of the best places for you to split test. They can have the most drastic results. So when you are split testing, don't go crazy with the variations. Make minor changes. If you want to try the header and the button, try one of them first. Try the header first. Try 2, 3, 4 different variations. You can do a total of 4 variations at a time on any one given page within Profit Builder. Figure out which of those works the best for you, and then move on to a different area. Then you could test out buttons on your next one. Using the best variation from the header, then you would try different variations on the button text. This way, you can more easily identify what's working better. You know, specifically which header is better, specifically which button is better. Whereas if you had 4 different variations and they were all completely different, it would be really hard to gauge exactly what it was about that page that was special. The other way to run a split test is when you are actually editing a page. Down below the actual editor, this is actually a variation of one of these pages here. So you can see the split testing information. It actually shows me stats. More importantly though, it not only tracks the stats for you, but you can even specify how long you want this split test to be running for. After 7 days, after a day, after a week, after it gets 100 signups, after it gets 10,000 views, whatever the case may be, you can have it automatically select the best winner. The most conversions or the highest conversion rate, unfortunately, are the only options available to you here. I'd really recommend to go with the highest conversion rate being selected as the winner though, because you might send a lot less traffic to one variation as opposed to another inadvertently. And if something like that happens, you don't want the most conversions necessarily winning because it doesn't really mean that it's the best. The highest conversion rate is going to end up being the best one though. So that's the one you want to go for when you have it automatically select the winner. If you want to, you can stop it early. You can choose one of them being the winner early. If not, the test ends automatically after your predetermined amount of time or views or whatever you have set here. With that said, the funnel and the split testing system, again, it's not for everybody. It is not for all situations. While I wish it was possible to run an easy split test like this on, say, an Amazon affiliate page, and to actually track the conversions that would be taking place on Amazon's end, that's where you run into problems. You can't figure out what the conversion rate is when you're an Amazon affiliate unless you manually go and look at those stats in your affiliate account. The Profit Builder software, though, in order to be able to track this type of information, all of these pages have to exist on this same website here. That way it knows when these connections are made. It knows how many people are reaching these different areas because it has code on all these pages and it can track all that stuff. But you can't add any code to the back end of Amazon, to their product page. You know, there's no way of knowing when somebody clicks on an Amazon affiliate link, at least through this software, of knowing, you know, whether or not that person purchases the product. So for the purposes of being an Amazon affiliate, you can't utilize this with your Amazon product pages. But if you do things besides just straight product pages, you can definitely utilize this entire system here. If you're doing, like I mentioned earlier, things like direct sales, you can track, you know, conversions to from your sales pages to your checkouts, because you can. The checkout and thank you pages and stuff would actually exist on your website. If you're doing opt-in stuff like what I was demonstrating, this can also be used for things like webinars. So there are a variety of different, you know, real-world marketing options that not all marketers use, but those that use them know, you know, how powerful they can be for an online business. So for personally me to see these features being added into the 2.0 version of Profit Builder now, because I've been using 1.0 for years, this is a really great addition for me. And I think you'll find it useful too if you do this type of marketing outside of normal Amazon affiliate promotions.